Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Upper left-hand corner, we got Tim starting as the yellow Protoss. Bottom left-hand corner, we got Semih starting as the gray Protoss. If you do not see game one, I highly recommend it. Casting this late night and also with a vaccination in me, so we'll see how that goes. This is on Dominator with the inverted ramp and the fabled pizza slices that everybody loves. Everybody loves pizza slices, right? Except players, kind of reminds me, I guess they took the concept from Heartbreak Ridge a bit. I like this implementation a bit better. But with the inverted ramp and the pizza slices, 2-gate, 3-gate, and zealot heavy pressure a little bit more favorable on this map. In game one, Semih at multiple points was able to kind of flip his troops around to create more favorable engagements for himself, and I feel like that's really what carried him through at multiple stages of the game. We will see if that is again the case here for Semih, and I will also be interested to see if either of these guys goes for the 10-12 gate opener to start off. We are seeing interior base gateways thus far. This looks like it might be set up for it. We'll have to see. Could also end up being 2-gate versus 2-gate, and we'll see how that plays out as well. Semih sending out an initial scout. Looks like he is headed towards the right initially, as is Tim, so we're likely not going to see a scouting favor on either end. Looks like Semih's already invested in an assimilator, as has Tim. So both players, I don't know if I want to call it honorable, because I feel like 2-gate's just one of those things where it's not dishonorable in PvP. Oh, interesting. So Semih got the edge of Tim's probe mid-map. Tim did not notice. And so Semih, seeing the probe coming across, was able to adjust to the top left. And so as a result is going to end up with a much more rapid scout interior to his opponent's base. And this also opens up harassment opportunity. And if he really wants to mess with Tim, we could go for a Manor Pylon somewhere. This is kind of hard to Manor Pylon in, but could scare him. I don't know that the 33 resources would necessarily be worth it. By the way, Zealot constructing here. Tim now making his way around the corner. The Zealot is not going to be in time to go ahead and blockade that ramp. But I'm expecting these guys to go a little bit more gateway heavy to start. If one guy did go 1-gate into Robo, I would be really interested. I'd be really surprised, and I'd be curious to see how it plays out. Probe being escorted out by that Zealot. Tim's probe remaining in the base. Sometimes games can be won by having these probes interior to your opponent's base, by the way. I've seen it more times than once, and particularly at this level. Probe actually able to cycle back around, by the way. They're both trying to keep an eye on that range. Range has started for both players. At this stage, the Dragoon's not that far from finishing. I'm wondering if that Zealot is just trying to make sure that that probe isn't able to harass anything further. So we will go into, theoretically, a standard mid-game. Probe exiting on both ends. He's going to try to stay in vision. With the Dragoon, looks like they are going to hold up short. With the pizza slices, it's even harder to chase down units, honestly, on this map. Immediately 2 additional gateways here from Semih, by the way. And Tim is staging to go ahead and potentially grab at least another gateway. I think in the build order timing, he would have needed to grab a 3rd gateway a little bit more rapidly. He is keeping his probe nearby, though. And he is dropping a 3rd gateway as well. So unsurprising on both ends, but the gateway's down. So Semih skipping 2 probes to get the gateways down a little bit more rapidly. And I'm wondering how aggressively Semih's going to commit to this, considering he cut 2 probes to make sure those 2 gateways were fielded. I think it's something like 18, 19 probes is like the maximum. If you're going off one base and you're just not planning on expanding at all, you can make a run from that. We're seeing Tim continuing to macro, and as a result, at close positions, this should favor Tim overall. Semih is halting. Yeah, I don't see him producing any probes, so I think he just wants to pile drive into Tim with the 3-gate and try to get a strong victory from there. Right now, scooting around, making sure that there aren't any additional scouts. Wonder if he's going to play it even sneakier and try to keep his additional Dragoons back. Looks like he is fielding the additional Dragoons forward. Yeah, Tim looking like he wants to go 3-gate into expand in the space of this. So if Semih's going to win this, he needs to win it on micro, and he might end up unlucky if Tim just presses a little bit further down the ring, and it looks like he is in fact, oh, actually, never mind. Tim walking into his opponent's line of fire and ending up on the low ground. He can retreat and go low ground to high ground. That zealot could be an X factor in the midst of this. Semih able to get a few troops to the south. You can see Tim wisely trying to focus on those troops, recognizing that these troops do not have... Yeah, that was brilliant play on Tim's part, actually, and that is probably going to win him the match. You could see focus fired the Dragoons to the south to get rid of the troops. Oh no, what are you doing, Tim? He's going too far. Oh no, turning victory into defeat. Okay, this has turned into a spicy match once again. Four Dragoons versus 4. But as I was going to say, he's focusing the Dragoons that are on the high ground that don't have the misfire rate. And as a result, he was pulling ahead in some of these fights, but threw it away by walking into Semih's reinforcements, was able to back out right there. Oh, Semih almost able to draw a Dragoon back, but now all of a sudden, with these reinforcements, Semih is going to have another, well, I was going to say he might have another punch attempt. Still 3-gate versus 3-gate, micro versus micro. If Tim holds, I don't know that I'm going to say that's like an ultimate, he'll win for sure, but he's up a lot of workers right this second, and it's continuing to grow. Look at this from Semih. Forge, Citadel of Adun, Templar Archives immediately to try to... And we got a Citadel of Adun backside for Tim as well. Re-engagement, 4 Dragoons versus 6. Semih able to get a shot there, but he needs to back off. He's just kind of donating units right this second, particularly in these high ground to low ground engagements. Tim gonna press into this. Now he's doing the same thing opposite direction, giving opportunities. Unfortunately for Semih, wasn't able to continue with the focus fire right there. So it's gonna get, the Dragoons are gonna get cleaned up. He's got a pylon towards the front. Does he have a Dark Templar producing? He's got 2 Dark Templar and a Dragoon in production. Tim has skipped detection, and it looks like he wanted the Citadel of Adun to maybe go for Zealot leg speed as a turnaround. 2 cannons are on the front just in case we were seeing, and we do have the Forge. I don't know that Forge is going to be in time though. We'll have to see. And Semih, on the flip side, might need the Dark Templar just to defend his front, because this many Dragoons does in fact kill. So 6 Dragoons can easily take out 2 cannons, particularly when they're not fully morphed in. 2 Dark Templar on the wings. Natural expansion getting grabbed now. Cannon backing it out. Tim sees the shimmer of the Dark Templar, is making his way back. He's got his own Templar Archives constructing. He's got the Forge up there. Okay, he's got 2 cannons of his own. The Dragoon's just going to try to rack up Dragoon kills on the front, and somehow Semih ending up with the earlier, faster Nexus. That might give him an opportunity to economically recover. 2 cannons are out. The Dark Templar, they're hopefully going to get boxed out of this. That would be a wild turn. Yeah, the cannon's not going to finish. The only thing this is missing is a sudden robotics drop here from Semih. The Dark Templar, okay, one of them, never mind. Oh, I was about to say, cannons sometimes, I tell ya. One of those DTs almost making it in. It looks like a cannon was there to warp in on the opposite end. Tim canceling that cannon to save the resources. So after a wild opener, natural expansion is... Oh, Tim actually, for all the good work he did defending and keeping the probes mining, Semih on the bailout actually going to end up getting a little bit of a stronger economy in the midst of this. So Tim, he's got a lot more Dragoons. Do we have another DT? We might need another DT, otherwise this could be game over. Because I still think this is an easily overwhelmed situation here. These 8 Dragoons, if they're microed well, can punch through the 3 Dragoons and 2 cannons. I don't see another Dark Templar, and I think that's going to be game right here. So good job on Tim. We'll see. Yeah, that should be it. We don't have detection, but these Dark Templar are late. I think this is going to be a dead natural expansion. Semih already drawing some troops back to try to buy some time, canceling that robotics, recognizing he was going to lose that as well. Yeah, these are some emergency DTs being built. Probe's going to end up losing their lives. So this is going to allow Tim to get that natural expansion and economy rolling in a much better position. Dragoons just flooding. Because of the Dark Templar, Semih looks like he's planning on staying in the match, but he's way down. I think, yeah, that's GG. And a Dark Templar from Tim also making its way in, by the way, into the main. And that's, if it wasn't GG before, it is certainly GG now. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, and I don't, does Semih not spot it? Is he just hoping that, yeah, that's game. There it is. Whew. Wild ones all the way through. We are tied 1 apiece. Going into game 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.